welcome you guys. This is part 3. So today I'm just going to focus a little bit on arrangement, kind of making this, focusing on the structure of it and kind of setting up markers on where I want, the next parts of the song to be. So this is kind of the, right here in this clip from the last video, everything I did in the last video, just adding the noise, the clap, and the bass. That right here gives me, that's like a good verse right here. So this is coming in too early, so I need to space out all the elements and make it kind of come in more progressively. And by progressive, I mean it just, builds up to that moment a little bit. So I'm going to focus on arrangement, and all the links for everything I mentioned, like if I mention or show a technique, and I have a video on that, that link will be down below, and part 1 and part 2 links are down below as well. And while you're down there, leave a like, why not? Alright, so let's get into it. So we see right here at 8 bars, I have a marker. So I'm going to want to probably set another marker somewhere at 16, and that's where I want everything that's in here to come in. So let's just delete everything that's over here. So we just have some extra noise, another tail, let's see, some bass MIDI that we didn't use, a vocal bit tail that I don't really need either, but I can place it down here. Actually, let's listen to this. Let's see if it's worth throwing away. No way. I like it. It's cool. So I'm just going to put it down here so it layers in with this. Alright, so... see, that's cool. So, let's see. Now that there's nothing in here, let's throw a marker here at 16 bars, or at the end of 16 bars. So at 17, that's the end of 16 bars. And another one here at 32. So at 32, I'll probably want to have a build. Probably this long, so I'll probably throw another one at 41, and whatever, I can have some kind of main part or drop here. Let's see, what the heck is this? I see something right here. Probably a kick. Let's delete it. I'm already using kicks. So, okay. Actually, I see something way out here as well. Anyway, so we're probably going to want all this stuff right here to be our main part. So let's delete that. Let's get rid of some of the elements in here, like the clap. We don't want that coming in too soon. And the reason why I'm doing these these markers at certain bars, it's because at 128, that lines up perfectly with like some minute marks and things like that. But other than that, most electronic music has the structure of 8 to 16 bars per part. So like an intro would be 8 bars, the next 8 bars of that would be like the build to the verse, and then the next 16 bars after that would be, somewhat like the main verse or whatever, and then, you have a build that could be 8 to 16 bars, and then you have like a 32 bar drop or whatever. So it's all in increments of 8 or 4 bars, so, that just makes it easier so that DJs performing your music, or if you're performing it, it's easier to kind of have a track that has the structure of 8 to 16 bars per part, or 32-bit, get it, like in increments of 8 bars, so that way it has a certain length that is easy to perform and DJ out of. So, when I'm playing other people's music, just for fun in my house, it's, I noticed that it's easy to go out of one builder, like one build, a big rise uplifting part that's usually 16 bars, to another song that's 16 bars, uplifter right before the drop, same key, same BPM. It's just easy to mix in at that point. So just go straight from one riser of a song to another drop of another song. It's super easy. So that's why we do it in increments of that, because if you have like a 10 bar riser, that makes it really hard for another DJ to mix that same kind of part with another song. So if you care about all that, you do that. And it's kind of just the proper unspoken way to do it. So everyone knows it, but it must be said sometimes. So let's build all these first 16 bars as our intro. So the first 8 are kind of, just getting you interested in it. So maybe what I could do, usually what I like to do is, filter in stuff. If I don't have any ideas, I just bring in a filter and filter it in until, just leave that intro as a placeholder. So filters are kind of the go-to if you don't have any ideas for how to start a track. So let's filter, you know, this part right here. So let's click on the filter. And you know what? I probably am going to use the Xfer again. So let's go plugins. And I'm going to use the Xfer DJM filter one more time because I really do like it. And it's an emulation. So let me see. Let's put the filter. It doesn't really matter. But let's just put it right there. And I want to use this one because I like the reso on this and a little bit of drive on this. So we get we overdrive it a little bit as we're doing this. Actually, I had an idea, so let's make another rack here, or another little rack inside of this chain. So let's grab the Camel Crusher, again, a free plugin by Camel Crusher. If you go www.camelaudio.com or Plugin Boutique, I think they have it there as well. Free distortion. It's a pretty good one. It's decent. It's free. So I'm going to just try to use free and stock plugins as much as I can. So usually I would use Homicide or something like that, but let's use this. And let's turn off the filter. Okay, so I wanted to distort a bit, but I have an idea. So I'm going to use a rack. So I have this rack called the Noise Builder, which I accidentally brought in the last session, part 2, and when I was looking for white noise, and it just reminded me that I'd made this. So this, what this is an Xfer plugin right here. That's the 8-bit shaper. And what I do with this is I automate this to kind of build up, and it makes like a noisy effect. So I'll link that tutorial because I have a tutorial on this as well. So I'll link that down below so I don't have to explain this too much. So what I want to do is probably get the dry wet somewhere. Perfect. So you know what? I want to throw all this stuff, the filter and all this crap right in here. And I'm going to turn this on now, and I'm going to configure this. So I'm going to set up a map. So I'm going to map the dry wet right here to macro 1, and I'm going to map to that same knob the knob. So these are both going to go to the same mapping, so I can control them both like this. Cool. And I'm probably going to want to have another knob here just to turn this off. So let's map it to that. So let's click on this again, map it to this. So when it's on this side, it's off. When it's on this side, off. Or on, off. So I can just call it on, off. So I'm telling myself that the left side means off, on, and then, you know, right side is off. So that makes it kind of easy. So I'm going to want it on for this part. And I'm going to want to set a maximum range for this macro here. So let's click on the map, and let's go to the 8-bit, and let's set the max range of, I guess, halfway, because this thing gets pretty crunchy, so we don't want it to get too crunchy. So yeah, let's lower it a bit. Cool, so let's automate this knob now. So we're just click on it, and it shows us the automation right here, and let's bring it up all the way. And press Command B or Control B if you're in PC. So Control B or Command B to get the pencil tool. And now we're we're just going to click away these points. We can curve automation by holding down Option or Alt if you're on PC. And let's see, so we have that. Doesn't really matter what we have here. And let's automate this as well, so we have this on off. So we're going to want it to be off on this side, so it doesn't really matter, we can just bring it up all the way. So let's listen to this. Okay, so it looks like I accidentally did it the wrong way here. So this is on right here, or this is off, and this would be on. Okay, so whatever. I might want to actually bring these claps in, you know, just to keep that energy consistent from here to there. What I could actually try doing is, let me select this one. I can try to do it to be consistent, so I can Command U to just quantize that. Let's get rid of these. Let's put it on every quarter note. And just like that. Actually, I might want to try something. So I have some MIDI in one of my packs here that I'm building still. The K-State builders. If I go to snare rolls, I believe I have some MIDI snare rolls. So let's drop it in here. Let's see what key I had this. So G1, let's select everything here, bring it down to G1. So unfold, go up to a G. Oh, I guess it's not key tracking, so it's okay. We didn't need to really do that. Maybe it's too fast, so what we can do, what I like to do with this is, let's delete half of this. Let's select the first half of this. And what you can do is you can slow it, you can do double tempo or half tempo. So let's do half. So everything I selected now gets, you know, half timed pretty much. So I don't know how I like that. I'm just kind of creating for fun, so let me just not talk too much and kind of focus and make this sound cool. Let's grab this, copy it over. I want to have that exact same effect here. Let's have the dimension expander after it. Let's see if that automation copies over. Alright. Let's do something towards the end to kind of really build it up. So right here we want to get rid of everything that's there. So the loops, let's get rid of this. What's in the noise? Let's get rid of the noise. As a matter of fact, I should kind of do that for all the breaks. So down here, let's get rid of the noise. And over here. Alright, so let's double click up here. Looks like we have a few of these, so right here. We got some more. Right. And I believe right here towards the end. So just kind of make this stuff consistent, so we don't want noise when the kicks are not there, to create that more empty space. So, you know, kind of subconsciously messing with people's heads. You know, they hear the noise, but they're not really confirming that what it is. You know, the listeners are, at least. Producers know what that is. And, ooh, the claps as well, fuck. So I gotta get rid of these claps as well. And on the MIDI level, because that will play over. It's right here as well. Here. So we have to get rid of extra bars there. And if I want to bring in a clap there, just bring it in. So, okay. Let's close these down. So kind of why I also like using groups. It's easier to just close everything down, save some screen space. I like to kind of focus on the one thing that I'm working on and not have everything open. Just clutters my screen. I don't really like that bass there. Alright, so let's kind of bring back some of that stuff. Alright, so cool. And so let's see, I'm probably need another one of these for the build out. So it seems like I need some risers. So I could show you guys how to make a few, but I don't want to take up too much time. And naturally, what I would do anyway if I wasn't doing a video about, you know, this kind of stuff, I would just use the ones I've already pre-made for myself. So, you know, I'll link down below some of my videos on how to make some of my risers and stuff. I have a few videos on that. But, you know, here, I'll just go to my K-Sade Builders Pack, which is just all the essential things you need to build a track, like risers, noise, all that shit. So I'll use this one. Maybe I might want to build one actually, since I don't want to keep reusing the same olds. So let me just create a new thingy here. I could use Silent or the Anna or Spire. I mean, I have riser presets for everything. Let's go with Spire. Why not? So reveal sound Spire. Just swap that in. Let me load in my K-Sade Volt 1 pack. Let's use a riser from this. So this is a free bank that's also on my Facebook and Evolution of Sounds Facebook, so you can find that there. So let's listen to this. Let's set my MIDI to my keyboard. Alright, I like that one. I probably have to mix it down more. And send it to my pre-master, of course. So if you didn't see part 1 and you don't know what my pre-master is, then go watch that part. So let's get this. So let's just record. We don't even need to record. Why spend the time recording when we could just put in a G1? There we go, G1. So let's make this smaller. Why not? All right, there we go. Let's do this. Alright, one more time, just want to make sure that these kicks I added in will fit. So I like that riser, so I'm gonna freeze it because I don't want to use the processing on that. I know it's just one spire, but if I know what it is and I'm pretty sure that's all it's gonna be, I might as well freeze it, get in audio, and it makes it easier for me to mess with this now and do all sorts of things with it. So I'll freeze it. I don't really need it to be anything else, so I can kind of now get rid of those tails. So, I could do things like that or whatever. I can also add fades to this, much easier than, automating volume or whatever. So, I kind of like doing that if I can. So, and, I don't think I have this one recorded for my bank yet. So I could just save this to audio, call it, riser, whatever. Riser 8, probably. Consolidate it, add it to my builders pack. So, that's kind of how I make my risers and add it to my banks anyway. And so I might want to do another one. Let's layer in another riser. So let's make sure that this new audio track is going to my pre-master so that everything goes where I want it to go in the stereo field, which is what my pre-master is doing for me. And let's go to my K-State loops. Let's add in a riser. So this is in key of D, so I wrote these little things at the end that reminds me what key this is in. So this is a D. So I wanted to bring that one in. And we're not going to add it in this part. This part's fine, but right over here. I'm gonna go with this one actually, so this is what this looks like. So it says 8 bars, but I can tell that by this right here it's not. Alright, so maybe I do want that one too. So I need to tune this down to a G, so it's at D, so I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps up to tune it to a G, so let's go 5 steps. And I can check that by soloing this, adding in, checking on the spectrum. Oh, this is a riser, so it's going to be really hard to tell what is what, but there's a good way I can check that as well, so, okay, so I can tell it's kind of starting at a G3, and this is a D minor, so this G is also, this song is a G minor, so it worked out perfectly. So I probably have to do the same thing to this one. This is a F, so I need to go, whoops, I need to go 1 step up, 2 steps up actually. So on the keyboard, F to G is 2 steps. Oh, cool, and so that one's starting at a G as well, so let's get rid of the spectrum. Let's click back on this, so let's consolidate these now. So consolidate, save that, consolidate, so now they're both now in G. And let's add in the right place. This one, let's push it back. Okay, so something like that. So let me listen to it. So this comes in kind of funny, so let's add in a fade. And same with this one, let's fade this in as well. Okay, so none. Click on the clip, Command Option F. So let's fade it in gradually up to there. Let's get rid of this part. Okay, so I heard a little pop clip there, so I might need to fade out the end. Which makes sense, which would happen when you cut audio like that. So let's get that there. Delete. And we can add reverbs and delays to that to make it sound nicer. But whatever, for now, I do want to get these risers right so I can move on. So just fixing my routing there, and now let's listen to it. So for some reason I don't like this one here, but I think I might go for something like this. Yeah, why not? Crap, let me plug in my laptop battery. Okay, all good. And let's snap that there. Oh, perfect. That was perfectly snapped. And also, I like having everything in audio because, you know, with MIDI, you always have to, with a riser, you have to start the beginning of the MIDI clip. You can't just jump to the middle of a rising note, you know, because it has to re-trigger. And if you start it like here on the MIDI, it won't. So you need to pretty much have an audio just to be able to play it from any spot, and it'll play everything, if you know what I mean. So I kind of like that too. So let's find this thing. So since we're using this to build out, let's get rid of this, add this in here. So we need to get rid of all this right here. And this crap. We can now have this start there, or end there I should say. Same with this. Maybe right here. Nope. Maybe have these end early, this start here. And let's bring back the noise. Maybe right around there. Bring in this. So could just bring that in like that. So just kind of messing around, see what works and doesn't work, which sometimes you have to be critical and analyze what you're doing, you know, be self-critical. That's a really important thing to do. And let's bring those back as well. Right there. So I think I know where I want this. So maybe something like that. We'll see. So, you know, this is kind of the process of arranging stuff. So this is definitely the part that's boring for people to like sit in the room with you. Like girlfriends, they hate listening to this kind of editing, you know, where you're just moving shit around and things like that. You know, to them it's like, oh, that sounds fine, let's just go out. No, I need to fix it. So same, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just moving stuff around, trying to get the placement right to continue on to the next thing. So I'll probably want to move one of these back. Maybe something like this. Let's experiment. I want to try something. I really want to try something here. So I'm going to copy this like that. I think I can turn that into a build. Let's see. Let's really get experimental here. No, not that part, but let's undo. Let's make a selection around this part, so Command E. Let's Command L, and let's duplicate this. I think I can make that a rolling build. But what I might want to do, let's see, I really have a good idea here, I think. So I like that kind of stuff when I just naturally get inspired. So it makes it a lot easier just to kind of try new things. I don't know. Let me try to go through with the idea. Let me see if I can get somewhere with this. So let's just do 4 bars. And if I can't get it to sound cool in 4 bars, then it wasn't meant to be. And so let's add a fade here at the end. So Command Option F. Let's bring in this fade. Let's fade it out a little. Maybe something like this. I don't know. I think I'm relying too much on this, so no. No. I'm not even gonna go down there. I know it's gonna sound like poop, so no way. I don't know. I'm trying to get this vocal bit to stick at the end, but I think I'm using the wrong one. I probably want to use this. I don't know, I'm ending it in a weird way, so I think I need to undo a lot of this stuff. So let's close all this crap. And let's delete. Wha-bam. It's all gone. That's what you gotta do when something's not working. Just don't try to save it, just be self-critical, say it sucks, and move on. That's the way to do it. So I'm gonna bring this stuff back. Maybe paste it over here. Wow, see what I mean? That was so much better, and I did it in like 2 seconds. I already found the way to build out, just deleted the kicks in the last 2 bars, and that was the way to do it. So being self-critical is super important. You know, I could have tried to work out that other idea, which would just been like the vocal repeating faster and faster and faster, and then it, you know, builds up inevitably, and you know, whatever. But you know, that's something that I feel like I'm good at doing. I'm really good at saying, that's not working, delete it, move on, no harm done. Because to me, when you spend way too much time on something that is kind of meh, you know, it's just, you're just taking away time from what could have been better use of time working on something that's all right. And see, I just put together this build out section that was just, I just copied over this, took out some drums, added in some risers. I can probably add in some another snare roll, and you know, it's done. So, you know, sometimes just working quickly and just trying out ideas when you can. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you just saw what happened, and so you just gotta be ready to try new things, but also to delete them when they're not working. So let's bring in, no, that's MIDI. Let's bring in a snare roll. I had like 10 in here. I don't know what happened to them. That's probably on my hard drive. Haven't updated the folder with these. So let's get this. Let's see what's happening here. Let's go one of these in. I know it seems like I'm using a lot of like samples and things like that I've made before. And I don't know what some of you think about that, but to me, I make those to make making music easier. You know what I mean? If I can make, you know, people use templates, people, you know, use Vengeance samples and all that crap, but I make my own samples and it saves me time. So I don't know why I would want to spend so much time remaking all these or whatever. If I wanted to make a new snare thing, I would also use one of my pre-made Ableton racks for that I made for myself. You know, I just try to make as many shortcuts in the same spots that I can, so that I leave more room to create original sound design stuff and synths, or focus more on the ideas. So kind of just go through the motions and just make some parts easier. I feel like that is what makes me more efficient and able to get shit done quickly. This isn't also tuned to the song of to the song's key, I can tell. So let's get a spectrum, solo this, and hear what it's doing. Okay, so we're in F, so we need to bring this up 2 steps right here. So let's transpose it up 2 to be in the key of G. So I wrote down the key right here, so this is a G. So let's listen to that again. Alright, so now it's in the key of G, so let's get rid of the spectrum, click back on this, consolidate it. Even the fade now will be consolidated into that clip. I'm not sure if I got it off time. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me see something here. So I'm almost positively sure that it should be something more like this. Let me see. Well, crap, let's bring in that clip again. So I fucked that up, so let's see. Snare, blah, blah, blah. Let's line it up to the beginning of bar 33. Okay, nope, it looks like it was good. Yep, so now let's just transpose this up too. Again, should be the same result as last time. I'm pretty sure that. I don't even need to check it in Spectrum or in an analyzer. Let's fade this in. So let's get something more like that. Actually, I remember what I wanted to do here, so I brought this up a bar to just not get the high stuff at the end. So let's make sure of that. So hopefully it's not the same thing as last time. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I just don't like that roll. This one's more old school, so maybe let's go with 1. I had some better ones, fuck it. I must be in the hard drive. But it's okay. I'm not sweating it. So let's snap to the end. Something like that. Cool. And I'm guessing this is in the key of F as well. So let's check that. So it sounds a little bit transposed, like you can tell it's been pitch shifted, if you know what I mean. But it's okay, because we're not going to have it up too loud. And I'd rather it be harmonic. Cool. So I think I figured it out. So let me see. What do I have so far? So I have intro, a little pre-verse, verse, a short one. The short version of this later on in the song will probably be like 32 bars, not 16. And then a little build. So now I can go to the next part of the song, which would be the main verse or a drop of sorts. Not that this kind of genre relies so much on like big drops, but you know, I could do something like that. Maybe I'll turn this into an electro thing. Who knows? So let me listen to it and see where the track tells me to go naturally. So I'm going to listen to it and see what I naturally get inspired to do. You gotta listen to your tracks, you know, but not too much. You want to keep working more than listening to it, because once you start listening too much, you don't do anything. Okay, so I kind of came up with something that could also be another intro and then build more progressively into this stuff, because this stuff kind of sounds very versy, like over here. Like it's already like halfway through the track. So I don't want to rush it either. The vibe for these kind of things should be kind of, you know, build it up slowly, bring in the elements little and by little, and, you know, those kind of things. So this kind of has like an outro intro feel. But, you know, if I need to come up with that, you know, I know exactly what to use, so I won't do that. And so let me save everything, call this snare roll, so I know it's a snare roll. Color it whatever color, even the bass, let's color that something. So let's see, just 19 tracks so far, so let's bring in some MIDI. So I want to layer in a MIDI somewhere around this point, so let's bring in a new instrument instance. And let me set that to my premaster. So, you know, really quickly I just remind myself to route it to the premaster. And let's select everyone's favorite silent. So let's go silent or massive, really. I'm curious to go through my massive library right now. And so, you know, I also kind of want to show you guys how I organize massive. So in massive, I use the browser. I never use the file, open sounds, and all that crap. I never, ever use that. I always use browser, and I organize my massive presets in my computer. So you see, like, I have so many libraries and things I can go through, but let's just go to K-State packs, imports. So some of these are some of my favorites that I've found in other places, so let's go through that. And of course, let's lower that volume. Hey, look, it's Ryan. That's funny. Another YouTuber. So, yeah, let's see. I think I remember years and years ago watching that guy and thinking, yeah, I could do YouTube too. That's awesome. And I think I did. So, that's funny. Small world. I haven't been in this little bank in a while, so it's kind of funny to hear these. This was like my dubstep days, I guess. Another bass. Let's go to Massive Pack 1. So these are just originals. Oh, phaser riser. Okay, so it's not automated. You just have to pitch bend it yourself. Old patch. Ooh, I remember this one. What is this? Let's see. It's oh wow, okay. Some velocity stuff. Nice, nice. Let's do something great here. So let's make some bass. Let's grab some noise and vocal bits. Let's treat it like it's a new part. Yeah, okay, so something like that. I like this. This might not be the lead I use, but it might help me figure out kind of the melodies and the harmonics that I would want to use. So let's keep that. And let's bring in that bass. Where are you, bass? So right here. Nope, I don't want to use that bass. I think that's the intro bass line. I'm gonna want to come up with another bass, so maybe I'll just duplicate this, come up with another bass. So let's use this second one for bass. So 21 massive, okay. Let's find a bass patch. Or we can make one, doesn't matter. And let's set the MIDI, okay, so the MIDI is routed. What the heck, I'm not hearing anything on this one. Oh, I love the metal one. That's so good for electro stuff. You know what? It just reminded me. That reminded me of something else I could add in. So you probably noticed that throughout this series, I'm going to be saying that a lot. Oh, that reminded me. Ooh, this, whatever. That's me coming up with an idea. So, again, I'm going to go back to my builder's pack because I remembered an atmosphere thing that I like. So I'm going to use that because I feel like that would set the right vibe. That's it. I love this. So let me get that in here. I'm not sure if I'll use it, but I want to have it there. I want to use it, so. And that's a silence patch, and I'll link the tutorial for that sound below. So I have a tutorial on that too, so don't sweat it. Maybe we won't use it for now. But, you know, just had the idea. I'll leave it there in case I do want to use it. I think maybe I should go into a release. I don't know. Maybe it's too soon, but we can try it. So let's get rid of these, actually. Let's get rid of the kicks. I think I'm gonna go for a release. So let's get rid of this stuff as well. The noise probably has to go, but let's try to get rid of one of these. So let's bring in some impact stuff. So we're going to need some impact noises. So we're going to move the atmosphere away. And we're going to use this audio track that's ready to go. Let's go to impacts. I should have an impacts folder right here. Oh, I haven't added the impacts. So yeah, these are definitely out of date. Or they're not updated with all the recent stuff I've done. But let's see. I probably can go to my desktop and find. So impacts, that would be in episode 5. Session, process, consolidate, impact, where are you? Oh, here we go. Oh, and it's in the key of G, perfect. So that's just like one of those sonic boom things that you hear at the end of stuff. Don't let it stop. Don't let it Tune kick G, hilarious. So yeah, there was another one, but so we need to bring this up. You probably cannot hear this unless you're on monitors, and I'm not sure over YouTube you'll be able to hear this, but it's like one of those sonic like boom things. So it kind of is one of those. So it looks like we're doing a progression, a chord thing. So we're gonna do that. So let me kind of build up some scale stuff. So let's find a G2 or G1. So a G. Let's go down. Wow, really? That's weird. What the heck? When I press shift down, it should take me to another G2, but it takes me to a C1. Here, let's go. Oh, because I'm in. Yeah, okay, so G1. Where are you? There we go. So let's push this back. So using the left arrow keys, I'm going to push this back, duplicate it. So whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So that's a G minor. So what I just did was I memorized the minor chords and the major, the minor and major scales. I memorized the whole steps and half steps and all that crap. So, you know, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. That's a minor scale, and I'm just starting at the root note. So a whole step is when there's one key in between the next step. So 1, 2, that's a whole step. Half step is just 1, so 1. So from here, 1. From here, I'll need 2 more to be a whole step. So 1, 2. So just like that. And now let's duplicate that. Shift up arrow to duplicate onto another octave, and hence let's keep doing that. So just duplicating like that, and so that's a G minor scale. So I'm gonna fold this, so now every note I play here is in the G minor scale. So it's a really easy way to write. I use my keyboard to help figure out some of this stuff. So I'm sensing that this is kind of like an ARP thing, so we might want to bring in an ARP. Or we could just, you know, set this to be polyphonic. So yeah, one voice, this is monophonic, let's set it to poly. Set at least 4 voices. So let's set the pan. We want it kind of wide. Let's go halfway. Let's see. Alright, so I know it sounds kind of blah, but don't worry. We're going to use that to figure out some stuff. So let's draw in some basic stuff. So maybe something like this. Let's figure out some scales. And so, actually, let's duplicate these, go up an octave, and let's start placing it around, you know, halfway there. So just quickly, just doing these. And I need another octave down, so I'm going to copy this, go down an octave. So I just selected from G to G, as you can see right here, G to G, so that's an octave. So So we probably need a little bit more. And this is probably... So let's recopy that, and let's select all the MIDI here, and let's double time. So let's make it quicker. And let's select all that and double time that as well. And so I have an idea here with this, so let's go back to the cutoff. Where the heck is it? Okay. That's not really what I'm going for, but you'll see. I'm going to want to bring in the MIDI effects arpeggiator. So just something like this. Let's do chord. Minor steps to distance 0. So let's get rid of half of this, make this slower. Actually, let's go back. So I'm gonna want to use these chords, see how. Okay, so maybe I'm using some of this stuff that maybe doesn't sound too appealing yet, but I'm using it all as a placeholder to figure out what I'll play. You know, I think what this really needs is not this. It needs silent right here. I need a silent ARP. So let's go to that. I have some good silent ARPs that I like. Again, I have tutorials for that, so I'll link that below for a silent ARP. It's probably like the 5th tutorial I've told you guys to check out in the link below. So let's load in my... Oh crap! No! Whoopsie! I almost did a big mistake. I almost saved a blank. The initiate bank over my silent bank. Whoopsie. So let's open my bank, hopefully. And let's just click on silence. So let's go to one of my ARP settings. So I have one right here. Alright, so something like that. So let's duplicate the silence one more time. So we're going to use that to bring in a, some sort of pad. So let's go down here. So let's have this stuff start 1 bar later. Let's try this out here. So right here I'm going to call this release. So what that means, what that refers to is attack and release, which is a method used basically in every genre of music, rock and roll, electronic music, everything. Attack and release means when you have a really part that's attacking, like something that's really loud and in your face, then attack and release means after that go into a nice soft part, give some room for dynamics, and go into a soft part, and then build up to that, and then attack again. So it's kind of like thinking of your music like it's just a way to, it's just a method of making dynamic music. So this would be an attack part, or this would be an attack part, and then this would be a release. So it's just going from a hard part to a soft part pretty much. So let's try out some of this stuff. So let's duplicate this, select all track content, and let's delete it and just bring this down. So okay. I'm not really sure I'm happy with this massive thing. I thought it was cool, but let's find something else. So I think I have some better pad stuff in here. So I do. So let's use that. Alright, so that's a good, nice massive pad. Is that one of mine? Can't even tell. Yeah, I can. Yeah. So it's the, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a nice pad that I found. Probably. We'll say that. Alright, so let's do something. Let's create a reverb effect here. So let's throw this all into a group. Let's grab a reverb. Where the heck is it? So let's just throw the reverb onto that group. You know, ton of decay time, like 7 seconds, over 42%. Alright, so it doesn't even matter if that's the notes I'll use, because that tail is something that I will. So let's do this. Let's record that onto a new track. Since it's a group thing, so we want to get audio from group 22. Let's record, turn this off, and just press record. And hold on, I think I did something wrong here. So let's send these to group, take off that, send this to sends only. And now from here, let's go back to this window. Let's solo this and have this routed to the pre-master. So let's let it die out. Alright, so that's enough time there. So let me see, everything here is good. We can turn off this reverb for now. And let's listen to this, turn this off. Actually, let's have it to that. So we get rid of that part. Now we're gonna bring it over here and reverse it, of course. So that's the whole point of this. Alright, so something like that. If I can just get it better on the grid. So, okay, whatever. It's being stubborn. That's okay. So something like that. Let's try it from the beginning, actually. And let's color this, because this is so hard to frickin' see. You know, so let's color that green. This will be green. And all this stuff, whatever. It could actually, this stuff could be in the same group, but for now let's just color it purple. Yep, purple. Looks like the Ninja Turtles in here, green and purple and all that stuff. So let's select this, let's bring it back. And right around there. So we want to get to snap to the end of this. Alright, so that's kind of cool. It's, what, how many bars is that? That's 3 bars. That's kind of weird timing. I either want it to be at 2 bars or 4 bars, so it doesn't look like it can go, no, I can't use that part. So let's set this to 2 bars. And let's, yeah, so we'll have that space of 2 bars there. And we'll shorten this section by 2 bars so it fits a perfect 16 bar length. Okay, so I gotta move this back as well. So I'm gonna set some markers in here, so that'll remind me of that part, this part. So this is kind of the, what would I call this? This is pretty much the soft intro, so that's what I would call it. And then this is gonna be elements, build. So I'm just going to build in some more elements for another part. So probably maybe like a progressive type of feel to it. But I want to make this a tech thing. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. But I do like having some melodies and things like that in the middle of that. It's not very tech house. But I guess I should just change the name of the series, which I might do. what I want to do? I think I want to do a fake out. So this is going to be like, it's going to fake you out. So you're going to think that this is going to turn into a nice long release with a bunch of melodies and all this string shit. But then it's just going to snap right back into like a very tech house vibe. So I'm going to do a fake out. So I'm going to attack right here. So I'm going to call that attack hard. So basically it's going to go into like a drop almost. So something much harder than all this stuff. Or, you know, I'm not that this stuff is hard, but it's kind of like intro verse, and this will be like the drop. So a fake out. Let's do it. So I'll do that in the next video, because this is already an hour, 11 minutes long. So just end it here, and thanks for watching, guys. Lates.